That is weird.
We are live officially.
And we're back. Sorry, guys. We ended up just taking our break there. Tech issues happen, but we're all back here. Last events, they had left Tuya and the animal handlers. They headed over to Maven the quartermaster. Liam broke some bad and sad news. One of our employees was not going to come back. Uh, he suggested, let's pop a bottle of wine. Let's talk about it later. Uh, you know, hopefully you're doing okay. And Zawinia, I don't know if she's a good wing woman, but she laid it on thick. She's like, yeah, you two, you get along. Um, but after the news, Maven Esther, she sobers up and says, um, what is it that you need? I appreciate the kind words, but you rarely pay me a visit unless you need something. It is my job after all.
She says, I just want to make sure that it's my job to make sure things go smoothly, as I'm the supervisor here. I'm just want to make sure that you're taken care of because you showed me an act of kindness and giving me that dagger. So you took care of me. This is repaying the offer for taking care of you. Liam is a strong young lad, and I am sure that he'll be able to, you know, um, be there for you in your time of need. She says, and she bows.
Are you his pimp?
Uh,
She
she
just
says,
laughed.
"Oh no,
She
no,
doesn't
I'm
talk
just."
for me.
He says, no, 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 no. I'm just you know that he's a nice person." Um, and she says, Psst, I think he's a virgin, so.
She's like, is he now? And just laughs.
And leaves. She says,
Liam's probably red as a fucking beet, just like, what has happened?
she's literally just
Probably.
doing like the whole like eyes, just like looking at him like,
He's got that really light complexion, so it comes out like really quickly.
So let me ask you this. We'll do a little bit of world building, Val. Um,
what's up?
how are relationships? Are they arranged in the Southlands? This is like, oh, you're a good match. You are a female, he is a male. You
Uh,
combine the
well,
houses. Like,
well,
what are her
depends.
thoughts here?
Well, yes, that's actually pretty spot on. So essentially, in the South, because of how tribalistic it is, like pretty much cities and families are basically splintered off at the sections. Um, Families ensure that their sons and daughters aren't marrying some bandit. They make sure. Usually, it's like a festival, something like that, yearly, where suitable couples or suitable, like I think something very similar happens in China too. I think where it's like a festival where eligible bachelors and bachelorettes are kind of like pushed by their parents and grandparents to like get married. Um, so pretty much like that. Yeah, it's like, hey, you're 18, you can have a child.
18. Most of the world's younger
You're
than that, but
14. You
yeah.
can have
We
a
are on
child.
Yeah.
YouTube, not.
Yeah, well, Dithra.
Colonial times, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
all
true.
I know
It
We
is
was
didn't
like,
get all those years to
all I know
wait.
is fucking God's gonna go to work. He's like, so you're saying, so in this YouTube video, you said,
who's the dude? Who's the pedophile dude who pops out? What's his name? Fucking. What is that show?
As long as we
oh
don't
my
start
God,
hunting
you
them
know what
down,
you're
you
talking
know.
about?
Oh, to catch a
Yeah,
predator?
yeah, Tris Hansen,
Yes,
yeah, Tris
Chris
Hansen plays the
Hansen.
predator.
Yeah, Chris Hansen's just popping out of the corner,
Well,
just
I was
like
to be like, so wait, she's
said,
how old
child man.
again?
Yeah.
All right, yes,
Dithra's got different age of consent, guys.
yes, this is. I
Which
cannot,
we do
not touching
not
that.
condone.
We do not condone people begging
the
minors.
show
Okay.
the show is a work of fiction. Any of the opinions of the characters in the world are not
Do
true
not
reflections on
represent
how
the
it.
opinions of
Yes,
the
man. I mean, have
actors.
you seen Game? Have you
Disclaimer.
seen Game of
Disclaimer.
Thrones? I mean, bro, like, there's no way all of them. Like, Rob's like 15, maybe.
Uh true. Maybe not just that. That's very well. I get it. Was there anything else you just came by to give me bad news?
Uh,
Actually, we need a lot of things. We need working hands. We are gonna make this place a little defensible. They have decided that we're gonna wait for the rest of the expeditions to come back, which could take a few days. and there's concern that the troll will attack the camp within that time because we don't know anything about it. It could get bored, it could get hungry. We're close to it. So we'd like to build some barricades, spiked barricades, just like wooden pikes poking out of the ground at an angle fairly high, and we'll need some long spears if we want to keep it at bay, maybe. So we'll need a
Mm.
lot of working hands for that.
So that fool's decided we go to battle. Well, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. We
It's
lock this
likely,
place
yeah.
down. Maeve says that's fine. We have axes here. Let me get my man to fetch them. We'll get some bodies. They'll be able to fell trees, and we can make some long
I
spears.
strongly
That's no problem.
recommend is making as many bows as humanly possible
It's
and
like
shooting.
she's like, girl, I'm not a boyer. The boys can chop
Yeah,
down
that's
trees and they can make sharp
complicated.
sticks.
Y'all are definitely gonna live to see the end of this tale. She turns to all the rest of the
Would
men here.
would there be a person in camp though that would be apt at making bows
Yeah,
among the
Amos. You guys would know him personally. Amos was
Oh
the
yeah,
party leader. He's a
he came
blacksmith.
with us. That's right.
Yep. He gave Zawinia a crossbow, which is
Yeah,
All right.
fairly complicated to make.
yeah.
So he's next on the list.
Yep. But yeah, she's like, I'll do this. And you said Area Vistus said the okayed this, right?
I'm gonna poke Zwenya. Show her the ring.
Oh, no pokes required. She literally says,
She had it out the whole time.
she literally list like pulls down her shirt a little bit. And she's you know, he gave me his signet ring, as a supervising supervisor.
Whoa, did she now?
And
She looks at it.
yeah.
She's like, well, okay.
She's not.
Then I will get to it. And she salutes you kind of mockingly. She's like, I'll have the people take care of it. You want the full perimeter. Is that the plan then?
Well, not the. You need the full.
I don't know.
just need
Maybe
area
we could
just
move
full.
camp so that we only have to protect one side.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you would know that part of the camp is up again. We're in mountain paths, so that one side is going to be a mountain. So you would have to cover
Okay.
yeah, not
half
just that.
maybe.
I mean, he's only coming
Yeah.
from one side, right? So
Yeah,
it's just
that's what I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
because it's not gonna hold him at bay forever. It's just if he comes, he's not gonna surprise us because we have that there at least, you know.
Yeah, we make like 3 rows of just start pointy sticks. You have to at least knock them down, at least, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
slow
Okay.
him down so we can move people and
Yes.
take defensive positions.
Easy enough. I'll let the men know. We can build something like that. No problem. It's about time we batten. So we really, she's like, okay, she sends off a few men. They gather other men. They get the stuff. You guys don't have to really join this. The hands will be able to take care of it. The kitchens are
Awesome.
broken down until dinner, which is several hours from now. So they'll get to it. And she says, well, was there anything else?
Well, yeah, we missed breakfast. We're gonna grab you a snack if that's possible.
She's like, yeah,
Yes,
there's
you'll
some
need some energy, for sure.
there's some dry foods here, some produce. So we won't be able to cook you something warm, but you can pick through.
Maybe there's
there.
some bread left over, whatever. We'll just grab
Yeah,
that.
there'd be
Cheese.
leftover bread,
A little bit of hard cheese.
dry goods, hardtack, that sort of thing. Smoked meats, cheese.
I'm a man of few means, so all of that is great for me.
Cool. Yeah, she'd gather that. They give you a nice little meal. You could wash it down with some goat's milk.
All right,
Okay.
It'll work.
Cool. For that, you guys getting that situated, talk to Maeve Venestra, you can get 150 experience points
Sick.
as they start setting up a bit of a barricade, and they follow your orders. They do. They build, spiked walls. They're just giant logs with sharpened ends at an angle, 45-degree angle, and they make a couple of layers just in case things go south.
Great.
They've got a little bit of a barricade in front of them.
Better safe than sorry.
That's true.
To Amos now, right?
Yeah, you guys said you wanted bows or something.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I
Yeah,
mean,
because I
if
don't
the
think.
dude can really stand up to him, like my thought was that if anyone's gonna go attack it up close, they'll want spears to have reach and be actually far. Nobody's gonna want to be really close to it. But if we
No.
could get a bunch of bows instead, that'd be much better.
Yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, I think the spear guys are going to get in the way of the people that just are more skilled at fighting. They should just have bows and just pray they hit the thing, right?
Yeah,
Because the even hot people, if they're getting clogged down like 30
yeah.
people with spears, they don't have to
If
use.
we can get bows, that's great, but spears are quick to make. That's the
That's
main
true. Yeah,
difference,
that's
you
true.
know.
Well, we got like 2 days. We got like 2 days until they get
We
here.
got 2 days,
You have
so
no idea.
we'll see what we can get. Well, actually, we think it's 2 3 days to wait for the expeditions, but if
Correct. We don't know.
after 2 days, 3 days they haven't come back, maybe the other dude will be like, okay, let's just go attack now. I'm done
Right.
Yeah,
waiting.
that's pretty much it. And they want to act in the next couple of days because
Yeah.
Food. It's food.
time is
So I'm thinking
money.
2 days is
Well,
really max.
Yeah. I mean, just if we're not making progress, we're not. Then we're going backwards, right? Because food
Mm,
isn't infinite.
no.
All right. Oh, all right. Let's go see
Clock is ticking.
Amos.
cool. You guys will find Amos. He's got a tent. He has one apprentice who's doing kind of the unskilled work. He's getting the charcoal into the forge, got the billows going. Amos is working a piece of steel, looks like a horseshoe. He's banging it and pulling it out, putting it into the fire, and kind of, you know, repeating that situation over and over again. Uh, he sees you come in and he puts away the stuff. He tosses it back into the fire for a little bit and looks to everybody. Zawinya, Liam, how are you guys holding up? Everything
Well,
okay? You guys feeling great?
I wouldn't say we're feeling great. I mean, I'm not feeling great. A lost soul is always a burden on the heart.
Mm-hmm.
But we're moving forward. We have to get out of this situation we're in right now, and we're thinking maybe you can help. Zonia?
Yes. So the people here, they really suck at fighting. A lot of them. Um, so if they have a spear, they're just going to be an inconvenience or die, and we're going to run out of people to man the caravan. I suggest that you can make them bows, even simple bows that can at least pepper the thing to dissuade it. Would be a lot more effective than something stabbing it in like the shin bone and is getting flattened.
We're
Mm.
getting ready in case the troll decides to attack.
Correct.
O's.
Or we're stuck attacking it. Okay.
And Avanesta, and Avan, hold on. Sorry. Aravintus told us that, as supervisor, that you're the man for the job.
Oh, Ariovistus doesn't know what he's talking about. I can make bows, but I'm no bowyer. I can get something simple, but my production's not good. I don't have a decent apprentice. No offense. You see this boy like look over, he's sweating. He's like working the billows just hardcore. He's like, I don't trust him with steel, and I certainly don't trust him to make a bow. It's not my specialty. I can make a few a day at most. I've got a requisition I have to work on. I have some bows in stock, but how many were you thinking?
At least 10.
Oh no. I've got two, and I can get you another two if I drop everything I'm doing and making them by tomorrow. And I can do the same thing. I'm just no good.
I believe you. I believe you, she says. So you can realistically get us 6 bows in 2 days, basically, from now?
Yeah.
That'll have to work
Well,
then.
it's
I mean,
six people that are likely to not die in that fight.
Yep. That'll work. That 6 lives will be saved. So.
Mm.
You said this is from Ariovistus himself?
Yep. supervising supervisor, she pulls out her signet ring. Um,
Bling bling.
Like, oh,
yeah.
he looks at you. You don't look like a thief.
Oh no no
Uh,
no no no! No. I am the supervising supervisor here. I just want to let
I
you know.
believe you. Okay, let me finish out this last shoe. He pulls it out of the fire. It's hot, white hot. He starts working it. Let me finish this. I'll get on it. Um,
Okay.
Back in the storeroom, you can find the bows that we have now, the two.
Okay.
They're already strung. They're hanging up. Good luck. Sounds like we're in for a fight. I'll get those to you. Just stop by here in the tomorrow. I'll have the two ready, and then the day after.
She
All right.
nods and says, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You've been a wonderful help, and Aero Vista will not forget this."
I'm sure he will. Old Stoneheart doesn't care a whole lot about what goes behind his plans. Uh, anyway,
She claps him on the back
it'll be good
and
work.
does like the classic, like clap on the back, like you're important to this operation. That's it.
Cool.
Liam,
Yeah,
anything else?
he's like, all right, well, I guess I'm dropping what I'm doing. And he takes off the leather apron and his heavy gloves, and he gets to a workbench and starts working some wood.
All right. Turn to Liam. Do you have anything you want to add to this man, or add?
Um, I mean, like get all the armor and weapons that you have right now at the ready. They'll be needed probably in a few days' time. So if your apprentice can polish everything and get it battle ready, that'd be helpful, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll do what I can. We don't have
And
much.
we're gonna need 6 bowmen because I'm not gonna use a bow. Are you, Zuena?
She pulls out her crossbow. I'm always
There you
using the
go.
bow now.
Amos
So
says,
we'll need to find 6 people that can shoot a bow.
well, you can count me in. I want to test my own work, but you can count me in. I'll
I'm
be
pretty
there
good at a
if
bow,
you need me.
actually.
Excellent. All right. So we'll look around camp or who would know good fighters? Is there like a guard division? Anybody who
That's the even hawk,
oversees like
pretty much, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
all of them. They're
yeah,
all they have their own equipment though.
yeah. They're all accomplished fighters themselves.
Mm.
But you would know that Sadiq, he is kind of head of security for Abdul and payroll. He's the one who watches the perimeter. They're both Southerners, and he works directly for Abdul.
Would he
But
have a list of all the people like us, all the hands, where they come from, what kind of job they used to have? Maybe they know who can already shoot a bow.
mm, that would probably be Maeve. When you guys originally met her or talked to her, she was like, "We don't have really any warriors. We've got, you know,
Yeah, but
stonemasons,
any
and
hunters, you know?
it's like any man should be able to hunt for themselves if they're worth their weight in
Mm.
salt." But basically, she's like, "No other outside of the Ebon Hawk, we don't have any true warriors, but you can find some hands, I'm sure, have worked on
Yeah.
a farm. She'd be able to
Well,
get you a couple names of people who worked on farms and had a hunt. But I mean, pretty much in any regular guy is going to have about the same skill.
yeah.
They
All
can
right.
hunt some hair and
Just looking for those high wisdom people.
yeah.
He's
Other than
smart.
Ebon Hawk, there's no one. There is nobody who's really got the
Yeah, it's pretty
skills.
much like every single caravan has like maybe 20%, 10% that really can fight. Because the guys that can fight don't do anything except fight, so they're not really helpful outside of
They
fighting.
get carried by all the workers.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Yep,
much, yeah.
that's yeah. The workers, they're doing the hard stuff.
They're just
Most of
regular
them, they're
workers.
just commoners.
Right. Yeah.
Or low class, if that
Yeah. If it was too
being
many fighters, no work would
All
get
right,
done.
well, 6 bow is still 6 chances of a really lucky shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have Amos, so that's one. He is a warrior. I think he
Yeah.
was a soldier. He's a blacksmith soldier, so he's got some decent skills.
That's good.
And then I would say you'd be able to find about four. Well, let's see. Let's see what you guys get.
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
Rolling. Two.
Two.
Who are even worth the damn. Most everyone's like, I've never hunted. He's like, we were pig farmers. I didn't have to hunt shit. We
I
raised
raise
chicken and
animals.
goats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hunting. Or they worked the fields and mostly ate bread
Yeah.
and cheese and that sort of thing. So
Right.
you find about 2 hunters who are decent. Uh but everyone else, they're most potters, cobblers, just common folk.
All right. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Report for duty, please.
Yep.
Well, then
We'll call it these two guys here.
well, that means
We'll get your
that
party
Amos doesn't
gathered
need
over
to make
here.
that many bows. Then if it's
No,
only
that's good.
two people that can use them, he doesn't
Well,
need to make
Well,
that's all
we
Maeve. That's all Maeve has. I mean, you could also talk to the Ebon Hawk and see if anyone's down.
Nah, I believe at this point. I mean, like,
maybe some of Tuya's hands would be more apt at shooting and hunting.
ask them to build a trend. They act like I was speaking East Westerner,
Hmm.
maybe. But I don't
Actually,
think
could the riders shoot the bows?
that's a good idea. I mean, giving them bows, even if they can't really shoot, is a better.
He's
They'll
a
be able to
he's
move
also
around.
he's also a big ass target. So
He's kind of hard to
close.
miss, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, but if the guy's on a horseback, can get at least that's at least four more bows for them, right? So
Yeah. You guys won't be able to get all the bows you want. You can get up to
No, but
6.
maybe
Yeah,
not
but
all
yeah,
of them
I'm
can
saying-
shoot anyway. So
Yep.
yeah. So if they're using two of them, we got four left. We can get those four to the horseman. At least the
Yeah,
one that
that'd be
are
good.
closest, so furthest back from the troll.
Yeah.
they'll
Well,
have
you
more
guys
mobility.
exactly. But you also haven't found your horsemen yet either. You got horses. You got 3 guys. But
And this is
that's just from the hands, so you never know. You might be able to get a couple other people.
That's something too. Trying to find like competent people is actually very difficult, especially like skilled like horsemen. Who the fuck has time to ride horses?
Not in this caravan, unfortunately. It's mostly a lot of just caravan hands,
80% workers. All right.
day laborers.
Liam. Okay. Well.
How many horsemen do we have right now? 3?
That's it. You've got the 2 that you found that can shoot a bow and Amos. I don't think you guys
Okay.
have anyone who can ride. The rest you can find people who can ride horses. I would say,
Okay.
but of the people, only 3 can shoot a bow. You'll be
Okay,
able to
that's
find
okay.
anybody who can. Let's say this: you have 10. You can get as many horsemen as you want pretty easily. Most people know how to ride a horse, or at least a good enough amount. But only 3 of those can shoot a bow right now.
Yeah, but riding a horse and like trying to distract a troll, that's where the skill comes into play. They don't run off and die.
Yeah. Yeah. And most people, I mean, they're poor. Most of these guys are knaves.
Yeah, they
So
can't read, man, bro.
Alright, so
they know how
if
to
we're
ride,
lucky-
but they've never owned one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So if we're lucky, Jay's character will be able to either ride or shoot a bow or both.
That's the
Jay's gonna
hope.
show up like a
So
fucking.
we would need 2
like
other
anime
people.
protagonist. I'm here, guys. You need a horseman? Got it. He's gonna pull
Yeah.
up. He's gonna pull up and break it down. But no. Some is what we got. To be honest with you. And we have time, I guess. But like, what else can we do?
Yeah.
do
Well,
we
it's
know
not
any
even dinner
activities?
time yet. We're in the afternoon right now.
Yeah, I would say just past noon.
Didn't you say they were weak to stuff too? That you told us, or was I wrong about that?
Who? The trolls?
Yeah, I thought the story told us something about that.
Fire? That's the classic story. Weak to fire.
Listen, we got bowmen. Light the airs on fire and shoot that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make fire arrows. We'll build a
arrows. That's
fire
easy
pit
as shit.
for them to light them up. Maybe up a cliff. We should
Yeah, we gotta-
actually
You
try
guys
to
also
go
have to
see if we
find
can
the
get
path.
around.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, we
even
need-
you don't have the path yet.
So we gotta. Okay, So yeah, I do agree. If we can get them up top to where they, I mean, because yeah, if we get those two archers on top, boom, and Amos. Amos is a big target, so he doesn't need to be
Mm.
on a horse. I feel like he should just be stationary up above where the troll can hit him. Because he has the best shot, and he should be lighting his
You
monkey
can do
ass
fire
up
arrows.
with fucking fire
And
arrows
then two of the horses on the ground with bows
to
to
harass and pull aggro.
distract them, harass him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so we have it like okay, so I'm gonna
So, but
draw a map and
we
link
would need
this.
to, I think we still need to kind of pull him out of his position to bring him to a position that's going to be advantageous to us.
Absolutely. So this
That way,
is
maybe we can also dig some pits along the way.
I'm not sure if he's that dumb enough to go that far, but I do think we should get him out of the bridge. So let's say the bridge is here, right? Can
Yeah,
you
that
guys
would be
see that?
quite the follow. But a little bit away from the bridge, I think, would be easier to manage.
Let me move you to the map, and you can start doing your planning.
Because it was kind of a tight corridor, but like between the camp and that, what does it look like, the land? Like how far away are we?
You guys are about a mile and a half, and it's mostly on
Okay.
the mountain. So it's a mountain
So,
path that's fairly narrow, but you do have a mountain to
okay.
one side of you guys.
Is there like a more open area along that route?
Not
Something a
really.
little larger? No,
Yeah, it's just it's fully a path just kind of cutting. There's switchbacks and whatever else that cuts through the
I
mountain,
mean,
but
okay.
I mean,
But we
here's
still have a long path to plan an ambush, you
yep,
so
know?
and you
if
have
we
high
go from
points.
here,
You have points that are above this for
yeah,
sure.
we go here. So we have Amos right here, right? Let's say like here on the, right there, the red. We have him up here. He's firing arrows down on this
Yeah,
guy
and then
here.
we can have like the horsemen would just be able to like navigate around and shoot, and he will just like run after them, you know? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
so
thinking
if
would happen, hopefully.
so the horseman should just be like hold on. So the horseman should aggro from like max range, like here,
Yeah, always be at max range.
and
How
then
does
just run
animal
away.
combat would work? Is it like D&D where the animal gets a move action and you still have a move
I think
action
I
and
think that's how I'd really you would just have the movement of the animal.
the
Yeah,
The
yeah,
animal
yeah,
could
yeah,
also
yeah.
take an
It's
action
no,
to
yeah,
dodge.
it's no double movement stuff. That's weird.
Okay,
But yeah, yeah. So
no,
here,
that's
so
good.
yeah, so you have here. So it should be the archers on horseback shoot the troll. The troll goes after it, and the troll bites on the aggro on like the aggro. Amos
And
and his people.
then okay.
And then
Amos and his
after
people.
people shoot from the top, right?
Yeah, see from the top. Boom, 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 boom. Once the archers, I mean, once the guys on a horseback pull a little bit further out, then the Ebon Hawk should come from around the corner or around whatever this mountain hook is here, and unleash hell on this thing. So whether that be aim for the joints or whatever, and then Amos and his people can just rotate from.
So this is different. Originally the plan was that you would shoot at him and he'd chase you through. So this is in conjunction with the battle plan?
No,
Well,
because
Stoneheart seems to want to
fight,
stand up to it. I
fight.
don't mind.
He's like that's the last he also agreed like that's the last. Like unless there's better plans, he plans just to come down and try to overwhelm it and kill it.
Is no
Uh,
way with how this is set up that we could kite because it's like a frozen river here, right? It's no way.
Yeah, it's like
It's
200 feet, 300
But
feet.
also,
It's
like, he'll
deep
just
gorge.
grab a tree and throw that. Like, he
so
can range too, I'm sure. He's
right. And
big
so
and
I'm saying
strong.
is
There's boulders.
so we get so this is true. So okay, so if but we have the mountain as cover though. So if we shoot here from here and then we move around the mountain, then he can't easily shoot us with the trees. He still have to pull the tree up, and if he throws his club, then he has to use his hands. So okay, so if we
Sure.
are here, the horses are here. They shoot this guy from here. Boom. Okay, right. Bam. They shoot him, and they move around
Yep.
this mountain. They have cover. They have full cover from his tree throwing stuff. And if they hit the thing, then Amos should have super cover, because he's not only is he throwing up, but he doesn't have a clear shot, and Amos can take cover against the fucking
So and then they rain hell from him, and then
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So once they
We
get
hope to kill it, I
okay, so
Okay.
guess.
once they get here, right? So once they
I
run
think we
around this
should
corner
have
here,
people with torches and like really, really long torches. Maybe spears with a torch at the end. I don't know how that would work. But if he's hurt by fire, he's probably afraid of it.
once our horsemen get around this corner, this mountain here, and they get chased, which I assume he was not that smart. The even hawk should light this motherfucker up. So just go for joints. So go for the angle, shit like that. I mean, as he rounds this
Do you
corner
think
here, um, I
if
do
we
like the
could bring
spear.
him close to the edge of the mountain, maybe we could have someone on top drop like barrels of oils, and then we can light this motherfucker on fire for real.
I do like the oil idea. That is good. Um, that's actually really good, actually. So, and even so, what if we had okay? So what if like he was running through here, and what if we lead him across like an oil patch or an oil slick patch here, like the oil patch on fire.
Something like that. Yeah, that would
I,
be pretty
yeah,
easily
because he's not gonna
arrangeable, I
take
think.
that. So if yeah, so as soon as he gets to the big ass oil patch, have Amos in his homie shoot the fucking oil patch. He's fucking done. He's toasted. He's roasted like a marshmallow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's burn it.
Yeah, let's burn
So,
it. Yeah, that'll
all
work.
right. And that's in conjunction with Area Vistas basically saying, hey, this is the plan. We're going to get some riders in there, pull him out, light his shit on fire. And while he's on fire, you and whatever your plan was to go clean him up. Is that
Yeah. We all
Pretty
rain
much.
hell
Yeah,
on
pretty much.
him.
Yeah,
If we
it's pretty
have
much.
spearmen that can go close, let's go and
It's just. It's literally just. It's kite and spank. That's what we're doing. We're kiting and
maybe
spank
we should
Billy.
bring people with like jars of oil that we can throw on him.
Yeah, stuff like that, sure, but I don't think anybody should
Little
engage with him
little
in melee.
slings with little oil.
Yeah, no one should engage with the troll in melee unless you like absolutely have to. No one should be. So the spear guys, I think that's kind of whatever because if we're on horseback here, once he's on fire, he's gonna go crazy because he's on fire, right? He's on like
Yeah,
fire, he's on
probably.
fire. So at that point, we should just fucking everybody should pull back, and the archers up top here or the even hawk people, I'm sure they have bows. The even hawk people, and then Amos from up here, and then even hot people from down here should be just lighting this guy
Mm,
up with just arrow, 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 arrow. I mean, yeah, we're human beings. As soon as we discovered rain, we just beat everything up.
yeah.
Yeah,
okay?
The only other idea that I can see is if we can somehow push him off the cliff. But I don't
This
see
is
how
want
we
to
would do
suplex
that.
City off on the top road.
Maybe when he's on fire, he'll go crazy and we can lead him off somehow, but
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
like if it works,
I
it
think setting him
works.
on fire is the best idea. So we're gonna need a lot of oil. We have to go back and talk
Yeah,
to
the oil thing I think
Mavenestra.
is huge. Yeah,
She'll be able to do it. I mean, you'll be able to get it. You guys have pretty much free reign
yeah.
within
Yeah.
reason on the camp.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly speaking, if we spend like, I think it should be like, I mean, even things like
but
let's
oil's generally not flammable.
yeah, you
She
need like something
she'd
like
have probably alcohol, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
some
yeah, right.
distilled something.
yeah,
Not a
alcohol's pretty
lot of
common.
it though, so it's not going to be this huge inferno. Distilled liquor is pretty difficult to get in this time. Like usually, most things are beer or meat or wine, but she does
Yeah.
have some. We'll call it wild turkey.
Yeah. Okay. So
We
what
got
about like things like tar and stuff, though? Right. I'm pretty sure that's pretty common, right?
Probably not
not it.
something we carry though.
Yeah, not for this caravan. They have
Yeah.
no use for
Yeah,
tar
that makes sense
generally.
because it's not a sea thing. They don't need tar, right? You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a sea
Yeah,
thing.
that's
It's not
pretty
like
much the best you're going to get as far as flammable goods. She'll be able to get you kind of two mini kegs of
Do we
distilled.
have some fat, some grease for the cooking?
You can get some grease like
We can
tallow.
mix that in. We'll
Yeah.
mix that in. That'll make a bit more. And then we'll
that'd be
need
just like
some like
Molotov cocktails
amphoras or
too, though,
pots
right?
to throw.
Yeah, like so we can stretch it by just dipping this stuff in like a cloth in the distilled thing and just handing it to people to throw,
If we
right?
have
The
a lot of
Molotovs.
cloths, yeah, we can make little
Yeah,
cloth ball and then throw that on him
yeah,
and set that shit on
Okay.
fire after.
yeah.
So let me get the plan straight. We find the path. We get the three archers set up in the top to snipe down. We've got the
Yeah.
people on horseback to kind of attack him to draw him into a trap where
With
we
range.
light his shit on fire. Yes, with range. As he's on fire, uh, Ariovistus and whatever crew he put together attacks to try to get him, and then they fall back and kind of wash, rinse, and repeat and kite him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kiting.
Uh,
With continuous fire attacks. So everybody
Yes.
will have a little bit of oil to throw, or well, not oil, but the grease and the alcohol mix.
Yeah, getting
And
melee
then
is like really
we
dumb,
need
actually.
a way, we need to bring some fire to also maybe a few torches we can throw if the arrows miss or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
I mean, we could
they'll
just
need
have
ways to
the
set the arrows too.
yeah, the flaming arrows, and like I said, I mean, if we give everybody like literally just like the cloth ball thing, you already was good. The cloth ball and the thing, I mean, excess.
We're
Even
gonna
like
do this
throwing
at
cloth
night too, right?
is super common. So what?
Right? We're gonna attack him at night.
What if he
Or
has like good vision at night? I don't know. I've never fought a
oh,
troll before.
actually, yeah, we don't know.
I don't know how the troll visions are.
the tails didn't
Once
tell
we
you, so
find
you
the
don't know.
path, maybe we should actually spend some time watching it.
That's
When
true.
we find a
Yeah,
path,
you're
and
gonna
we
be kind
can,
of
you know, spy on it a little bit. What are
yeah.
his habits?
Well,
When is he mobile? During the day, during the night?
let's resolve some of the stages of this plan. Well, it's
Yep.
almost like a skills challenge. So first things we got to resolve is whether or not we find this path. I'm going to need a wisdom. We will say, because you have a couple people helping you out, Amos and some of those guys, we're going to say this is at advantage. So one of you guys make a wisdom check.
Are you wise? Zuena?
I'm pretty wise. Not the most wise, but I'm pretty wise.
All right, I'll let you take the lead.
So when you
I
look
said
for a path, squints one eye.
one more.
One more. Come on.
The plan is sound. You guys have gathered all the materials and the people ready. You send Zawinia, Amos, and a few others try to find a path. Several hours goes by, and you cannot best this mountain. You do not find anything. It'll either send you further away, but definitely not to the place where you want to go. And unfortunately, that's the day. You guys spend the rest of the day, the afternoon, searching
All
for
right.
this, and you
It's all right.
can't do it.
We have a good plan. We can find the path another time. Don't feel bad, Zuena. Happens to everyone.
Yeah.
She smiles and says, I like the plan. The plan's gonna work. Um, now we just gotta watch it. So can we send people to watch it and see when it sleeps? Because whenever it sleeps, that's when we should I get the plan. Because he has to stand up and stuff and get.
Sure.
Well, if we had found a path, then yeah, we could. I don't want to sneak on the road. You want to
Yeah,
just
you
go
would
on the
have
road?
to. Yes, you would have to be basically on the road because you guys didn't find any kind of
So
suitable.
That's a little.
I get that, but I'm saying is okay. So can somebody just come from this side of the mountain here and just be up here and just observe the troll?
That's the path you're looking for.
Oh,
There's really
Yeah,
no
we haven't
unless
found a way.
yeah, unless you got a free climber, like someone who's legit is not gonna happen.
we need some. Yeah. I don't know.
Even even if you try to ask one of the hands, even with the supervisor
No one's gonna give me
ring,
money and
they're
no,
like, "Fuck you! I just did 8 hour shift. I'm gonna go
I
sleep."
am not a action hero, bro. I'm not.
So I don't know who you think I am. I'm
Yeah,
a
seriously.
I'm the son of a farmer of a farmer.
I got
So,
public school education, bro. I'm not doing that.
but there are some events that are happening in the caravan. You guys come back after several hours. You, Amos, the two guys, you really just couldn't best this mountain, couldn't find a suitable path. But a merchant caravan arrives at the heels of the camp. Roughly, it contains about 12 people and 6 slaves. They keep the slaves in they're chained together by their neck. And the woman who heads this caravan, she has dark skin. She's got kind of short bobbed hair, thick eyebrows, and a nice wart with the hair terminating at the end on her
Classic.
just above her lip. And she is no beauty, but you can tell by the shape of her hands and how rough they are. She is a rough customer, but she enters the caravan, and After some time, she introduces, they let her in with the people. She is known as Claudia. Claudia, she and her caravan, they've come from the south, from the same town you guys left from, Camber. And
Mm-hmm.
she deals in three specific things: alcohol, sex, and slaves. Uh, some of the hands, they're that guy behind the tree. Everyone's ready. They're like, oh,
So y'all seen Hell on Wheels before when like the brothel opened up and everybody's like, I can spend
yes.
my money now. Yeah, that's what I can imagine. That's what I'm imagining.
Exactly. These men have been on the road for weeks,
Yeah.
some of them even longer than that. Other than Mavenestra and Zawinia, the fair sex has not been here. So um, business is good for Claudia. She's cutting deals with people. People are getting their poke in, their couple days' wage. Alcohol is pouring.
Is Claudia
The
a southerner or is she an easterner? What
She's
is
an Easterner.
okay, gotcha, gotcha,
Oh yeah, the sleeves. I'm gonna talk to Aero Vistus and update him on the plan with the fire attacks and everything. And I'm gonna tell him, this lady that came up with all of her slaves and her fleshy business, she has a lot of alcohol. Maybe we should buy a little bit of it so that we can throw it at the troll.
Give me a charisma check at advantage. You're a cleric. You're good with your
Yeah.
words. You really want to sell him on this plan.
Oh my god, the rolls suck. 11.
He's like, I do not trust that woman. A person who deals in flesh in more ways than one cannot be trusted. I do like the plan though. Um, let's let's deal. Let's. I don't want to be in debt to a woman who deals in flesh. He tells you, but I will say this: the fire should be good. I'm glad that you decided to join me, and I'm glad that you were able to get enough people together. It shows initiative. You guys are surprising me. Abdul said that
Oh, I can't
Zawinia's,
take any credit. It was Zoena's work, really.
well, she trusts you enough to work with her. So I think this is a good plan. This is actually solves one of the problems that we had. We pull him in. Me and a few of the Ebenhawk can come in and we'll take him out. I do think it's the right move. We're going to hit and run tactics. This will be a battle of attrition. This thing is huge. Um, and arrows, surprisingly, probably won't do much more than piss it off. But
the
the troll
fire.
being pissed off is just good enough for me. This is a good plan. Do what you need. I'll have my men ready. When do you plan on attacking?
Well, we want to wait the 2 days, 3 days to see if the caravans come back, because if we have an alternative, we won't attack at all. I don't know if you want to waste the resources you have here in terms of people and goods, but I mean, if we can avoid it, I think we should avoid it. I'm not
Yes,
too
I
keen on fighting a creature like that.
I agree. I'm not a young man, and I don't go after feats of strength anymore. I've proved all I need to. I agree.
So
We wait.
let's get ready for the worst, but hope for the best.
Good man. Uh, Here, take this. You've earned it, and he will hand you 150 copper pieces. He says, "Split that with your friend. You've done good work."
I have a question too. So with the signet ring, because that's like a valued item, is that also experience too?
Yes, yeah, yeah. He said you can keep it. That's yours.
Okay.
Not only is it payment, but it's also a way to show that you've got
Okay.
his blessing.
I forgot to ask that. I'm like, I assume it's experience, but
Yeah, that's experience. It's treasure. It's yours. So you guys can split that. That's experience for the both of you.
all right, there you go. 20.
We didn't put it on already?
Yep. So
You
you get
should
an
have.
additional 2,500 experience points for that. I mean, not 250 experience points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you haven't already added. I thought it
I
was
totally
clear.
forgot, honestly, for a
No,
second.
you're
I didn't
good.
remember.
If you haven't added it, add it now. But Arivis is like, it's a good plan. I'll have my men ready. Uh, do what you can to find that. I can add 2 more archers if you can find that path. Um, Sadiq will be able to get you the men that you need there.
Mhm. I
It's like,
agree. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think Eric's gonna do too much, but if we just keep shooting, eventually it will go down. That's just how fucking
and
works.
Ariavissus is a shard bearer. You guys have, I don't think anyone's seen one in action. Um,
We don't know how many shards he has either. Shard
that's right.
bearer, you know, 1,
Yeah,
5, 10.
that
Probably
is
not
true.
10,
If
but
he has 10, he shouldn't be here.
Yeah, they're not resupplying a frontier town.
Yeah,
Uh,
this man's a fucking leader of men at that point. Like he's like a general.
yeah. But Erebus is a pretty serious character. Most
Yeah,
people highly respected, and they won't say shit to him. I mean, the man goes by the name Stoneheart. Maybe you guys will find what that means. But uh, yep, he dismisses Liam. You guys get that. He hands you some payment, and then he begins. He's like, Abdul, come here, Sadiq. And they start talking over the plan and how they can integrate and expand on that. The night grows late. Most of the partying and the drinking and whatever else has died down. You guys in the night, having worked all day, running around trying to get a plan together, but things seem pretty good. Next day at camp, early morning, as you all do, you get up and do your handwork. Abdul's got you doing some books. Um, Liam, as a hand, they're asking you to help out building that sort of thing for the first few hours.
I feel a little
Even
bit stronger this morning, so I'm
yeah,
ready for
do
it.
do do do, leveled up. They've got you guys doing medial tasks, helping
Oh
set up
yeah, I
the
gotta roll
kitchen.
HP 3d8.
Oh yeah, did you level up too, Zwinia?
I did not.
Yo, you were already level 3?
Yep.
No.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Damn.
17. Nice.
Yeah, above average for sure. Thick. Liam was already thick. I think I
I was
rolled
at
like
12, which wasn't bad.
I think I rolled a +4 on his strength. So he was
Yeah, I'm at 16 now.
he was a stocky boy.
Very strong, yeah. Got good
So
intelligence too.
the morning is usually busy. I'm going to say about 5 to about 6:30. You guys are doing menial tasks, getting the kitchen set up. You know, fire started, things broken down, tents broken down, whatever else you guys are doing. After that time, uh, a familiar face rolls into camp. And we'll go over to the camp map here. One moment. If only Roll20 had a better system for these maps, man. I don't know.
Dude, just a folder for maps would be fucking great, dude.
Yeah. All right, you guys are back at camp, and a familiar person rolls into camp. Liam, you're the first person to see him. You'd be working with the kitchens with Maven Estra. It's after breakfast. Things are getting broken down, and you see Batu, the corner of your eye, the tall, lean northern man. He stumbles in. He looks severely injured. His
I'm gonna
furs
run to him right away.
Yeah, his furs and leathers, they are shredded on one side, and he's bearing his full weight on a walking stick. And as you get closer, Liam, his leg is severely mangled. It's wrapped the best that it can, like a tourniquet, but um it looks like something attacked him.
All right, I'm gonna go offer him support right away and bring him in to. Who would take care of wounds, Maven Estra?
Uh Believe it or not, Quintus Verus, he is a scholar and he is the only doctor. And he does run kind of although he's the expedition leader and he's the kind of the person, the money man, he does have a clinic and he is trained.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring him to Quintus.
Quintus, in a start, he jumps from his book and goes over to Batu. Batu immediately collapses. He collapses onto the ground. He's like, "Here, get something for his head, Liam. Uh, while you're up, can you fetch me my bag, that black bag there, please?"
Yep, I go get it. I open it to see what's inside
You
because I'm
see,
curious.
oh yeah, you see medical instruments. These are extremely fine. You would have never seen anything like this. We're talking
Like it's
scalpels,
shiny.
shiny.
Mm.
The type of person who would be able to even make something like that, like it's a specialist. It's rare to have these types of implements.
Damn.
He
Most
doesn't
of the
have
things I
much.
don't know what it is, I
Yeah,
imagine.
this all is shiny, but he gets the bag. He pulls. He cuts his pants open. He investigates the wound, and when he pulls back the cut pants, you see massive lacerations, as if some type of beast or something ripped his calf. His calf is almost off the bone. It's so bad. Um, and he immediately says, "We're gonna have to cut it. There's we're gonna have to cut his leg off, an
All right.
amputation."
What do you need me to do?
Quintus, he's very serious. He throws his cloak off, and now he's in his shirt. He rolls up the shirt. It's like, in the bag, I'm going to need. There's a vial. It's painkillers. I'm going to need that. First thing first. I need you to run to Maven Esther. I need a bottle of alcohol, and I need you to find me a saw, a hand saw, a wood saw, any kind of saw you can.
All right, so I run out. If I see Zuena on the way, I'm gonna yell at her to go find a saw because
Zelina
she
looks me
knows
out
where
like
everything is.
a saw.
uh,
Okay, she runs and tries to
Yeah,
find a
well, I
saw.
need
Zawinia
a
would know.
handsaw. I need a clean handsaw, and I run to Maven Estra, and I said, I need a bottle of alcohol right away. Batu came back. His leg is really bad. We need to cut it off right now, or he's gonna die.
Maven Estra is shocked, and she is in motion. She grabs a bottle of alcohol, any linens or anything that they have for cleaning, and she follows you.
I'll
Zawinia,
also grab like a knife handle so he can bite on
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
but yeah, bites his
Uh,
tongue off.
Zawinia, you do know where everything is. Part of your job
Yep.
as the merchant kind of apprentice, you do inventory, and you
Absolutely.
definitely know where that is. You'll be able to find a handsaw, um, any kind of carpentry skills. They actually have those two-sided tree saws and a handsaw, but you can get the
And that'll be
handsaw.
Yeah,
just
the
two
handsaw
pulls.
for
That'll go
sure.
Yeah,
quick.
the zoom.
Zoop zoop.
Uh, and
Mm.
Zawinia, as you enter, you're going to be the last person to enter. You pull back the tent flaps, and you see Maven Estra, Liam, and Quintus over Batu, and Batu is sweating profusely. He's pale, but he shows no pain. He almost has like a very like a regal look in his face, as if he's trying not to show any emotion. Um, but Quintus, he's pulled like a leather belt across his leg as a tourniquet, tight, tight, tight. You see him pushing against it uh, to try to get as tight as possible. And at that point, Batu breaks. He cries out, and the pain is so much. Liam, good thinking on the handle. I'm assuming you put it into his mouth as he
Yeah.
bites down, just
I hold him
screaming.
down too.
Yeah, he's trying to fight against it,
I try
but
to give him emotional support. I'm like, listen, it isn't that bad. You'll be fine.
yeah, Maven Estros too on the other side, just patting his head dry. But Quintus is I mean, it looks like he's starting a fucking lawnmower. He's got the leg on, just ripping it tight, 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 tight as he can. Um,
This is bad.
the medicine he takes, he pours out a very careful dosage and gives it to Batu, who drinks it down. He coughs a bit, And you can see the effects of the medicine almost immediately. His eyes dilate. Um, you see Quintus is
That's the
sweating
good
too.
mushroom juice shit, eh?
Yeah, he's got
Shitoka
the.
mushroom.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
fucking ketamine. He is the
what's
ketamine mushroom.
what do they call it? The milk of the poppy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the good stuff.
The
Um,
good shit. This man is high.
he knocks it back and his eyes dilate and he's still got a cold sweat and he's still shivering in pain, but you can see that, all of his muscles were tight a second ago. He's not freaking out. um Quintus is like looks over to Zwinnia and what's Zwinnia, what's going through her head, what's her reaction as you open this up and the scene
She's like,
unfolds?
listen, I'm not back. I mean, this is, she's a merchant and she's not a fucking surgeon, so this is just fucking blowing her mind. And she's like freaking us, like she's kind of like frozen, like just saying like, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, to keep herself sane.
She's not really saying it to him, she's saying it to herself.
Herself.
Yeah.
And I imagine Zwinnia, like she's phased out, and you see Quintus saying something to her. She sees him talking, but she can't hear. And it kind of fades in, and Quintus is screaming. He's like, "Woman, do you have the saw?" He'd been saying it 2 or 3 times before your senses came back to you.
She's like, yes, here, here's the saw. Yes, it's not that bad. Here, take the saw.
And give it to me. He snatches it from you hastily. Batu, he's still conscious. His expression is he's scared. This man, you guys have seen him.
I'm gonna hand Quintus the alcohol so he can clean the saw with it.
Yeah, he's like, good thinking. And he pulls out a handkerchief from his shirt pocket. He douses it and taps around it. This pain isn't so much, but Batu's looking at that saw with stark fear in his eyes. Just
drink or something.
Oh my god!
Bro, can you get this man a drink?
Zawinnia is like
beverages, like get him something.
He can get the rest of the alcohol.
Yeah, Batu would snatch it. He's like, give me that after he's cleaned it up, and he takes a swig. He coughs up, gasping for breath. Takes another swig.
I just keep so I'm
takes another
back
swig.
Of the fucking alcohol, like drink up, like dude, drink, please.
He after he takes the fourth swig, he coughs up, spittles on himself, and he passes out. He's gone from the pain, from the medicine, from the alcohol. His eyes roll back white, and he's passed out.
Well, now's the time.
And Quintus, he's scared.
I'm still
too.
holding him down just in case he gets up.
Quintus
after
is
the
scared
first
too.
cut.
Quintus has never done this. Clearly, he's like, I went to medical school. We did a little bit of this, but this is for real, And he cuts into him. And good thing, Liam, that you were there. The first cut brings him back. He's immediately almost up, sitting up straight, screaming. You have to pull him back. Give me a strength check as you have to really hold him down.
Yes.
Oh,
19.
You're ready. You have your full weight against him. And Batu, if you think he was at his full strength, it'd be an issue, but he is in rough shape. You hold him down. You pull back his arms, and Quintus you can see he closes his eyes, and just the sick sound of saw against bone. Yeah, he takes it out. We'll kind of fade to black after the surgery, but he cuts this man's leg off.
See the camera pull out, and you can just hear him.
It's implied. Yeah, it's implied. Cut scene. We fade back. It's several hours later. The whole Mavenester, Liam, all of you guys look exhausted. Batu he's asleep. He is in a bed. Looks like they pulled the bed into this main area that he's on. He's passed out. But it's a fitful sleep. You see him fidgeting and moving where he's just not comfortable. And he's muttering to himself as whatever nightmares or dreams are bothering him. And Maven
Uh,
Estra, she says, she looks to Liam and says, "You think it's time for that drink?"
I think it's overdue, my dear. I'll have a little Jeb watch over him and dab his forehead with water and change the water. And so if there's anything, he'll tell someone, hey,
Yeah, they've got some
that's his
people.
job for now.
Yeah, Jeb is like by his bedside. Other people too are checking in. They've got a couple of hands who maybe they're in the military. They did some basic first aid, but Batu is he's alive. Uh, Quintus, you see him pull his glasses off his face and he rubs his eyes tiredly. He doesn't wear all the vest and the coat and all the stuff. He's down to his shirt sleeves, just rolled up, and he looks like he's been through it. He's got blood on his hands. He tosses the spectacles kind of next to a wash basin. He begins to wash up his face, his hands, the whole thing. And he's like, "Make that another drink, Maven Estra. I think we all deserve it." And he comes to kind of like there's a sitting area on the side, some throw pillows, that sort of thing. And he plops down with you guys.
That was quite the morning.
Lee was like, man, wow. I mean, I've seen people get shot and stabbed before, but just seeing it that close.
Something
What kind of
that
wound was that?
looked like an animal. I was more afraid of the frostbite and the gangrene. He had a bad infection. There was no saving that leg. The size of basic Matt, he's like it looked like a bear or something as just as large just took him out. I don't know what it was, but
He's the only
miserable.
one that came back. How many people were in his party?
He had four.
Oof.
Maven Estra sends a hand off to go get some wine. Who does return, and she uncorks a bottle and drinks from it straight. Uh, you see her lips are kind of purple from it. She takes another swig and she hands it to Liam. It's like, I've never seen anything so bad. Batu, he's one of the best I've ever seen. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, that
What
man
could have
was
done it?
fearsome. I take a big swig. They say in his honor, Batu is one of the best. I can't imagine what befell that group. But thank God he came back. And I'll pray to my God again, whose name I have to decide.
Yeah, make it up. We're gonna have to figure out what the god is.
Well, we already did. It's like the remember the.
Oh, hold on. We might. So,
Did we?
uh, no, as the Westerner, I think I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
I am a
Father,
Westerner,
the Mother,
yes.
and the Child,
Yes.
the Trinity.
Oh, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, it's a holy trinity, but you
All
you
right.
believe in the main God, the God who created the world and shattered, and that's who makes up. I don't remember
Okay.
if we made up a name though.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
as
don't
a
know.
creator. That's
Just the creator. We call him the creator.
The
But yeah,
Creator. That's a good name.
the religion is that the people of the West, the story goes, the creator of the world, when he created all things, mountains and lands and rivers and the animals, and when he breathed life into the people, he gave a bit of himself and shattered into 1,001
Mm.
pieces. The shards are a piece of the god, and one day they'll all come together and like a resurrection tale. So that's the general mythos of their
Okay.
religion. And
So,
the West,
thank God, our Lord Maker.
the maker. All right. Quintus says, I don't know about a maker, but thank God for penicillin. He takes he takes the bottle or whatever,
Thank
morphine.
God for orange fungus.
Yeah. He takes the bottle from Liam and also takes a chug back. A little bit spills onto his shirt and he wipes his chin and hands it over to Zawinja.
Zelina takes it and she takes a little small baby sip and says, what is he gonna do now? He's a hunter. He can't hunt with one leg. How's he gonna climb trees now? He's gonna be out of a job.
I I
I don't
think
know.
right now we just have to make sure he stays alive because he's not out of the woods yet. He could still die.
I
He's
believe in
right.
But
Batu. Batu has made it through whatever attacked him to get here. I think that whatever is his ancestors will watch over him and protect him from any more further harm. He's made it out of the
He,
storm.
he is a warrior. Maybe we
definitely,
bring him back to his people. I don't know.
mm,
No, no, those
I don't
people
know his
kind of
story,
crazy.
but
They may eat him or something.
well, we'll have to see with him. I mean, we can make him a peg leg maybe, but how actually how high is it cut above below the knee?
it's below the knee.
Okay, well it's not so bad then.
No, yeah,
Yeah, if it's below the knee, it's not
He
bad.
can still be functional a little bit.
yeah, he won't be 100%, but he can
Yeah, he'll
function.
be at like walking speed, like 70% maybe.
If he can ride a horse, I mean,
Yeah.
he's still good.
Yep. Yeah, he most of a hunter's skill isn't their physical prowess, it's their cunning, right? Their wisdom, tracking it down, understanding. So
Mm. I
Batu
think he
is yeah, Batu's in rough shape. He might make a you never know. People
yeah,
surprise you.
he's the
Infection
kind of man who's
disease
gonna
killed
find a way around this. I believe in him.
I wouldn't notice it in character, but above table, infection killed as much as the injuries that inflicted before
Killed
the infection.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think like malaria, mosquitoes have killed ever more people than all of the wars combined. So
yeah,
it's yeah,
malaria is fucking.
diseases
It's OP.
is a thing.
Yeah,
It's
and
really our real enemy.
yeah, man,
Yeah,
sleeping
We
sickness.
don't look at big things, look at the really, really small things. That's what you need to be
Yeah,
afraid of.
sleeping
but you
sickness
do
is
know that
everywhere.
Quintus, he is a scholar and he is essentially a doctor. Part of the provisions that they're resupplying the forward camp with is medicine. So
Mm.
Well, that's good.
he's in good care. If there is a chance, regardless, medicine won't save him, but he's going to be in the best care he possibly could be, considering the circumstances.
All right.
That's huge.
Can we go out and maybe after all this, I want to see like because I saw him come in, so I know where he came from. So I want to see maybe follow his trail a little bit out, see if I can see anything.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll ask who can track in the camp. I can't talk
Batu.
to her.
Batu
Yeah.
can track. They can track
I was
good shit.
thinking maybe the animal handler
Tuya?
Tuya could do that, but then I'll need Joel to come along.
Joel will be there, and we'll just say you'll be able to translate. And Tuya, she nods, she understands, and she'll head out with you.
Sick.
Okay.
Give
We'll
me
just
a
go
wisdom.
short ways.
Yeah, give me a wisdom check at advantage as she's helping you out. I think she's not that wise. I think she's got a +3. Do you have a more than a +3?
Oh no, I have +1.
Okay, let me double check her stats. Oh, she's got +4. All right. She'll do that with advantage as you both are trying to track his fail. He's bleeding out, so
Yeah, I
oh yeah.
imagine he left kind of trail, right?
21.
Oh yeah, you guys will be able to find it. So you see a trail. One of his legs are clearly dragging. Blood is speckling in the area, and you do see further out. It heads up into the mountains on switchbacks. You're able to follow it, but it's really up to you how far you go. I'd say about half a mile out, you're still following the trail, but there's no
Okay.
clear sign of struggle or anything that might have happened.
Okay.
So you suspect that he's traveled longer than that.
I want to break off the trail once we get there, and so that if anything wants to follow it, because if he left a trail of blood to the camp, whatever attacked them could come and follow. I want to prevent that from happening. So
Okay,
I'll
so
ask
like
Tuya if she can, if we can like break this trail off. We don't want that animal to come here.
yeah, you guys would be able to do that. You'd kick dirt over it and kind of break it up with your feet, maybe masking it with certain things. You'd be able to do that pretty
Yeah,
easily.
we used to know and stuff. Yeah, we just.
But
Sweet.
as you guys are out there kind of looking at the area, 3 men appear heading into the camp. You see
Here we
the tops
go.
of their heads as they are walking up a hill, and you see a man you recognize Halvar. He's one of
Oh,
the
that's our other
Ebonhawk.
dude. Yeah,
He
that
arrives
was
with,
the other expedition.
yep, the other expedition returns as you're out there kind of cleaning it up. Halvar looks to Liam and he looks to Tuya and says, "How goes it? Any news from the other expeditions?" I think we found a
Uh,
way.
well, not any good news from the other expedition. You found a way. That's the only good news we have. Welcome back.
Batu's feeling a little unbalanced right now. He's recovering.
Batu, was he okay?
He lost the bottom half of his leg.
Halvar is shocked. They have been hawk. You would suspect all of them are at least pretty tight. He nods curtly, trying to mask. You see just kind of a glimmer of emotion, but he holds it and goes stone cold. And he's like, "Well, it's good that I found something. Where's Ario Vistas
In
and
his tent,
Quintus?"
The tent?
probably cleaning up.
Okay. I found a way, I think, but it's not an easy path. Uh, Halvar and the two that are following him, you have Sir Ian McKellen. Tell me that doesn't look like.
It does like a younger.
A younger version of him,
Yeah.
yeah.
And this guy who's wearing a polar bear fur, just hardcore. His crew, these guys look pretty hardened, but they follow behind Halvar. He heads into the tent. Um, I'm not sure if you guys follow, but Liam and Tuya, you guys be able to clear the path. You don't see any animals or anything that would have followed. You suspect that Batu traveled quite a distance. You just don't know how on that bum leg. How far on that bum leg?
Batu said, "Listen, I'm making it home one way or the other."
Yeah, the T1000. He was not stopping.
Your determination.
Yeah, he's Iron Man. Halvar, he goes to the main tent, and he reveals the plan pretty much to everyone. I'm assuming you guys are in there now. At this point, you're able to walk in and out freely. Area Vistus and the rest of the Ebon Hawk, they've recognized your skill. 500 experience points to both of you after that surgery. That was some harrowing shit. Quick thinking on your guys' parts, getting that stuff there. So 500 experience. Halvar enters the tent and he lets Ariovistus know. Ariovistus looks at him. He's like, "Report." Classic military. And Halvar just lets him know. He's like, "We found a way southwest of here. Actually, we have to travel southwest, then northwest. But I've found a possible path." Uh,
Doesn't that go by the mine? The cache?
Not quite. And I'll actually show you. Let me go to the map. But he'll let you guys know. He says, "I found a path. We have to travel. It's about 2 days from here." One moment. Okay. This is where you guys are currently located.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Going here, and then up here."
Okay, southeast. I'm sorry, I thought you said southwest.
Yeah, southeast. Sorry. No, you're right. Southeast. He's found a path.
Okay.
It's about a day and a half this way. Um, they're exhausted. They double backed. So they're traveling normal pace here and they booked it from here and here. What they say is they found a passage. To get there, you're going to have to travel southeast around the mountain and northeast through a gorge. Um, but the area that they found is currently under the control of brigands. They noticed activity in the area. They scouted out and they found that there is about 6 to 8 men holding a bridge across a river. They think that there's a larger force elsewhere in the area, but as soon as they saw the passage and the numbers, they doubled back. Halvar will tell you, he's like, "I recognize them, Stoneheart. It's the Iron Oath." Area of this, and I'll put that in chat. Iron Oath is they're basically a mercenary group that's somewhat known around here. They're not like huge, but they've known to live in the Maw of Malkantar and then also do raid. They do all kinds of work here. It's a pretty big force. They're not necessarily skilled like the Ebon Hawk, but they what they lack in skill, they make up for in number. And he says that they saw the Iron Oath holding this bridge over a gorge. It's about in a day and a half travel from here. But they do suspect that a main base of operations might be in the area. But if they move quickly, they might be able to take that. So that's what he lets Area
Wouldn't
Vistas
that
and the
make
rest know.
wouldn't that make them enemies of yours then? At, from that point on,
They're not quite enemies. The Iron Oath, they'd let you know, but we
no, but they
don't
would
deal.
be
Yeah,
if we pass there and we kill them, then they would be for sure.
you're right. Um,
Well, because we're a big force, we're a lot of people. Well, it's not going to go unnoticed.
yeah, Quintus is like, that's right. And I'm glad you think with your mind instead of the sword, like Ariovistus and Alvar here. I think it's best to see if we can negotiate. Uh, like they say, money talks, and we may be able to get through there without any blood spilled. We've seen enough of that so far. What do you think, Ariovistus? What do you think, Captain? Uh, he kind of just blows it off and packs his pipe and starts smoking from it. He's like, "Do what you will. Go talk to these idiots and see if we can get past there." Uh, but if I know the Iron Oath, they're going to want more than copper.
Like what exactly?
Uh, Flesh,
Oh,
supplies. Copper
everybody
is.
in the north is so enamored with flesh. My goodness.
Well,
Jeez.
let me put it this way, Zowenia. Copper serves no use to the people of the north. The Owl clan, the Mammoth clan, the Tiger clan, they do nothing with the copper. But animals and food and supplies, that's a different thing. It takes a lot more than copper to survive in this place.
I see. But it takes a lot to survive in the south too. But you guys are just love flesh. My goodness gracious.
I do not deal with it, and I do not approve of it, Ariovistus says. We're from the West, and slavery is outlawed. But the people of the North, their law is supreme in this land, and a great ruler has many slaves, I think is a local saying.
Oh, I'm not gonna be nobody's slave. Cross his fingers, knocks on wood, captured and all that. All right. Well, we have to deal with it, I guess. I mean, I don't. I'm kind of neutral towards it. I just think it's just there's other things to buy, but
It is a plan. We can stick to it, and we attack
if we need to.
if we need to. This is possible. Halvar, the full caravan can cross, right? This is no problem. The path there is not treacherous. Halvar kind of nods back and forth, and he's like, well, it'll take some time. I think the caravan will probably be 3 days travel if we go this way, but it is a safe route. The Iron Oath, they should be able to be dealt with. I doubt that they would like to fight, but you just never know. We can head there. But that would also put us out of the way, and then we'd have to travel through the forest to get to the forest camp. And there's all manners of things in that land.
So it's either a troll or a band of thieves.
And the forest though too. We're not sure what's in the forest. I mean, fucking Batu got attacked by a fucking beast and just in the mountains. So is it better to deal with the enemy you know than the enemy you don't know? Because if we go through the troll pass, this is a straight shot there, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's like after you deal with it, you cross
on the
the
other
bridge.
side.
It's right on the other side, essentially. Maybe half a day's after the bridge, but yeah, it's close.
So then I would raise the point: is it better to deal with the enemy you know, or deal with a variable unknown? This is a tougher fight, of course, but we do know the troll. We have a plan, and we don't know what's going to be in the forest or not, or if it's the rest
Yeah.
of the forest, or if they allow us or anything like
That
that.
that is the scary part. It's those. It would be
Unknowns.
like 4 tiles to cross to get back.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
four tiles and all kind of mythical stuff. Yeah, it just seems like
Mm.
a lot of unknown, a lot of variables can happen, and a lot of
Plus, that
yeah,
that troll, if he stays there, next time we want to go back or leave and pass there again, like if he's still there, we're fucked. We got to
yeah.
deal with it
So we
eventually.
gotta. So I feel like if we clear this thing off, one, it helps us. Two, it makes it easy on the way back because that means we got to do the same thing on the way back too, right? Kind of like what Liam said. That's a lot of fucking diverting or detouring. I
Yeah.
say we fight the enemy we know now. It's the best plan we have, and proceed forward and fight this troll.
We know there's only one of them.
We
Those thieves, how many are there?
it's a lot, and the forest after the thieves too. Like we don't know what's in there
Mm.
at all. They
No.
could be
So
fucking
yeah, I
yeah.
I I recommend we take care of the troll too.
All right. Final answer. This is like the pivotal point of the two
This is like
plans.
a telltale
We
game.
still
It's
don't
like
have a
you fight
path
the
up
troll.
that mountain though. To get to the
That
cliffside above him, we do need to find that. But now that the expedition is back,
Yeah, we can.
we'll have a much better chance of finding one.
Yeah.
yeah, I
But
would
yeah, I
say
think it's
Halvar returning with the two other men, they're seasoned, they're explorer. He's an explorer, which is almost as good as a survivalist as far as this goes. He'd be able to find it. So
that's great.
that's
So
not
let's
going to
let's
be an
gather
issue
some
here.
alcohol, make some torches, some flaming arrows,
And if we
and
die like champions.
If we die, we die. All
everybody
right.
who's got a bow, mount a horse.
All right. Well, we're going to do it this way. First, I need three 1D100s.
You want to alternate? Mark, you want to alternate? I go first. You go second. I go third.
Yeah, so I'll roll like a 20 and then you can make a good one.
Oh,
What did
no.
I fuck? 11. God damn it, man. Fucking hate roll.
80. Well, I rolled a
Okay.
22, so
Give me a 2D20s. Okay. And then I need 2D6s.
here we go. Power Hennessy be with you. 6. Average.
Okay. All right. First things first, we're going to resolve you guys finding the path. So the path is found. You get your three people that you have, Amos, two hands, and then two of the people that Ariovistus recommends.
6.
I need a wisdom check from whoever. This is straight. I just need a wisdom check as far as
I got a
the
+2.
archer setup. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what kind of position. I think I want to be up there too, but like throwing the alcohol bottles because I'm not good with the bow. But is throwing a bottle a wisdom or a strength check?
Well, throwing is still any range is still wisdom, but we'll resolve that
Okay.
as a because it's a different phase. Um, so
5.
in the misty morning or at night, whenever you guys decide this, under the veil of cover, the five people get into position. They draw, and their attacks don't find true. One lands, and it does catch the attention of the giant. Um, the arrows are like nothing. This thing is huge and it bounces off its hide. It looks up to the mountain and laughs as he recognizes the people there and begins to move towards them. We're going to have to make an audible. What are we doing now as he starts moving towards them?
The horses, the guys on horses are going to shoot it.
Okay.
The horses are the distraction, and then we toss in the alcohol
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
after he's distracted.
And so we said
We wanted
had
him to come closer. That's the point. Like, we want him to come close to the cliffside, and once he's close to the cliffside, then the archers on horses start to pelt him, and when he turns, that's when we toss all the alcohol and we put him on fire.
perfect. So he starts walking towards the archers that are perched up by themselves, getting closer to the mountain. The riders come out. Give me a 1d20 and then I need another wisdom.
Marky Mark, 1d20.
If the 20 is above a 10, you do that wisdom check with advantage. All right, let's get that advantage.
All right.
Take the wisdom though, because mine
There you go.
sucks.
1, 2.
Oh, nice. 19.
19.
So as he's walking towards him, kind of chuckling to himself, he's got this massive tree perched over his shoulder. The horses come out. They come out in a gallop and quick. There aren't many bows to spare. I think at this there's 3 up top, so 3 of them have bows, right?
Well, unless someone came back from the expedition and they also had a bow. I don't know.
No, they're more explorers. They're melee fighters, just the 3. But the horses come charging at him. He looks over his shoulder, and one hits him in a pretty vital area, a soft spot. The arrows, all 3 of them, pierce through. You see him kind of pull back, swatting them, breaking them off of his skin. It's pierced there, and begins to chase the horses. And he's like, fresh meat. I'm going to need a dexterity check as the riders try to deftly avoid and kick back and try to kite him.
+1, dude.
Me too.
All right, Mark, you roll, man. I'll roll last.
Yeah, all right. Let's crap shoot this. Oh, nice. I rolled a 3.
All right,
give me.
Rolling
Good, dude.
Oh my god, tonight it sucks.
So we said there were 6 riders, 3 with bows, and
3
was
with
it
bows.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So we say
Well, we
6
had 10
riders.
horses, but only 6 riders. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a d6.
Let's see how many
Am
die.
I rolling or are you rolling?
4.
Yep. As they try to kick back, they're not coordinated at all. The riders try to pull, they start running into each other, and the troll dashes forward and swings a huge arcing sweep of a tree, blasts and kills 2 of them. 2 of them are dismounted, but 2 are just pink misted. They catch the horse and the rider, and their bodies are broken against it, and they're smashed into the now you have 2 riders on horseback. The 2 horses are dead, and they are severely injured on the ground, but you do see that they're living.
They're pretty much dead if it's really
All right. Well, now we're raining alcohol bottles.
Yes.
Everything we have, all the bottles in the camp, and whatever we bought from that flesh trader.
All right. Let's see that. We're just going to get a wisdom. He's not that close. He engaged them, but we're just a flat wisdom. If you have inspiration or anything, I would suggest using it.
I don't think I do.
No, nobody's got.
Sorry.
Here we go. Bring it home. 17.
Oh, 17. That's good. That's good.
This is what you see. You see him swing the tree, crushing 2 of them instantly. 2 of them are dismounted, and their bodies ragdoll across the snow. And he's got this big smile on his face, and he lumbers towards them, kind of crouching down onto his haunches, and he picks up a horse. The horse is neighing and kind of whipping around, but its legs are broken, and just bites it in half. Just some Attack on Titan shit, just bites it in half. At that moment, Liam and the other people, they start throwing pots of oil and alcohol onto him, and his body is doused. He gets up, kind of rubbing his eyes against it. What was the last phase? Firing a flaming
Fire
arrow?
arrows.
That was the second to last stage. The next stage is Abnhart people.
So oil first, then Ebonheart, then fire?
No. Fire first, and then
Fire
Ebonheart.
first. All right. We'll see how this goes. This has got to happen. Amos and the rest of the people perched up top, they take another shot. He's distracted and he's close. This is going to be with advantage. I need a wisdom. You see Amos light up. So he's got like a little fire and they all dip it. Some of them have ripped their shirts off. Whatever else, they get flaming. Oof.
18.
You see 6 arrows fly across the air, wide arc. They land into his body. Most of them don't deal any piercing damage. They kind of break off, but one catches. You see a roll of fire race over his shoulder, and the rest of his body ignites, and he just flails wildly and begins moving. And at that moment, the Ebon Hawk, they move forward. You see Ariovistus, Quintus, Sadiq, the man that you guys saw with the braided, the orange hair and the braided beard and hair. Amos is out there. Tuya is out there, and they rush him. Uh, he's fighting against the flames, kind of rolling his hands again, trying to putting it out. And they attack from all sides. You can see the skill of Ebon Hawk working together. Sadiq, he's got a spear. He throws it into his knee, rolls forward, pulls out a short sword, stabs him in the Achilles. Ariovistus is standing there just watching it. Tuya's pelting him with arrows on horseback. The hawk is attacking. The man, he's throwing pots of, or he's dousing his weapon with poison, and he's stepping in. The damage seems to start building up. He's falling backwards, lands on his butt, but the flames are put out. You see the left half of his body burned and charred, skin's bubbled up, and the creature gets up with a groan and a moan, still healthy. He pulls a tree out of the ground, and Ariovistus, who's standing there looking up at him with basically challenging him. The rest of the Ebon Hawk, they're kind of running around circles trying to kite him. He swings at Ariovistus full force, a huge arcing attack, and suddenly you hear a massive crack, just boom, as a tree explodes. He hits Area Vista dead center. Snow and dirt and dust and shards of wood blasting everywhere. As the dust settles, you think he's dead. He starts chasing Tuya. But as the dust settles, you see Ariovistus standing there, his body made of stone. You see a faint glint of magic as he's transformed, basically kind of like Colossus, but his skin is just pure stone. And the tree
So
that
like the
whipped
thing.
around him, exactly the thing. It just breaks across him, no damage, and he's standing there like solid on the ground. The troll's now chasing Tuya, who's on horseback, and he just rushes in. His speed is unbelievable. It looks like he's sliding across the ground, like skating across it. He's moving with such a speed that he comes behind it, hits the other Achilles tendon. He's got a long sword that he breaks across it, pulls it out, and you can see the troll buckle under it as the tendon just snaps completely. It's completely severed, falls to the ground. And after that, it's quick work. Amos and his crew, they're just arrow after arrow after arrow. Most of them are ineffective, but some do stick, and it's a battle of attrition. He's still trying to fight, swinging uselessly on his back. His leg is pretty much useless. He's on all fours, just swinging at him. Sadiq, he catches one of the blows with the shield, and he's thrown back, knocked unconscious. But sometime, maybe 30, 40 minutes, he is defeated. The fire, the attacks from above, and the attacks from the Ebon Hawk are enough where he succumbs to his wounds. And you see Stoneheart standing at the base of his skull as it's on the ground, breathing. He's still alive, breathing heavily, but its body's given out. He pulls his long sword above him and just comes down on like the top of
Spine.
the spine and just severs it. Um, and that's where we're going to end the session. You guys have successfully felled a troll. I'm going to say 1,000 experience points to the both of you. Massive planning went in. Some bad rolls, but it worked. The big rolls
Level
are the
5.
ones that really needed to happen. And you got to see the power of a shard bear taking a full blast, full attack like nothing as his body changed to stone. And that's where we're going to leave off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those that of you that did, the Wild North will be next month, the last Friday of the month, which is the 28th. Otherwise, please tune in every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time to catch Dithra 1001 Shards, hosted by none other than GM Val. And we will see you next time.
All right. Peace.